Our Las Vegas adventure begins with two brothers who've been bickering for years and making a great living doing it.
Well, we do thank you for being here. Thank you so much. We are the Smothers Brothers, and we're very pleased to be here. Of course, we're not the original Smothers Brothers, and believe me, those boys would have loved to have been here tonight, but the original Smothers Brothers passed away in 1969.
Tommy and Dickie Smothers got their start 42 years ago. They still pack theaters around the country, performing more than 100 dates a year. But deciding where to go for lunch was just the beginning of a crazy day.
Okay, we're gonna have a really nice lunch at one of my favorite restaurants.
Yeah, what about my favorite restaurant?
Well, Tommy, I asked you out for lunch, so it's obviously my choice.
Well, I would ask you out for lunch, but you didn't ask me.
No, tomorrow, or later on.
I want to do it today.
No, this is a good restaurant. I'll surprise you. There's something very special here. Come on.
So we went to Dickie's choice first, Chef Charlie Palmer's world-famous Oriole, found in the Mandalay Bay Hotel. The restaurant boasts delicious continental cuisine created by the master himself, but the real reason Dick Smothers wanted to come here today was for this.
There it is.
A 4-story glass tower filled with more than $2 million worth of wine.
What's that?
That is heaven.
That's heaven.
That is heaven. It's called a wine cellar in the sky.
A lot of juice in it.
Wait a second. That's not a. That looks like a wine tower. Doesn't look like a wine
thousands
cellar.
of bottles. It's a tower, but it's a very unique wine cellar.
I'm sorry. Hey, Chef Charlie, do you think that maybe they have the Smothers Remick Ridge wine, our winery up in the tower?
I'll tell you what, it's in there, but it's up to you to find it.
Yeah. I talked to the wine angel. I come fully equipped, and I'm going to go up and find that bottle of Smothers.
I've heard you're licensed to fly. So.
Goodbye, Tom.
Bon voyage.
Bye, guys.
Have a nice flight.
We are thirsty.
Okay, I'm going to try.
Let's pop into Charlie Palmer's kitchen to see what's on the menu for lunch.
Okay, so now Dickie's in the tower, so we're gonna make a little food and we're gonna match it up nice with that Cabernet if he ever finds it. Or we might just turn off the power and let him stay in the tower, who knows. So we're gonna start, Joey, you wanna saute that foie gras? We're gonna saute some foie gras. Now this is a pot au feu in a new version, has a lot of different flavors enveloped and layered in a casserole, and then we're gonna cover the whole thing with the pastry, and when it comes out of the oven, a little fresh truffle oil, nice truffle oil on top, and of course salt. It's a hot appetizer we do here at Royal. I think it's gonna work good with this Cabernet, it's gonna be really nice.
Chef Palmer's sous chef starts by putting a quick sear on several pieces of foie gras, which will serve as the base to the dish.
Now that's gonna melt into everything. We're gonna put our carrots in there, layer a little caramelized onion, in nice little layers around. Remembering that as it lays in is the way it's gonna come out.
Chef Palmer continues to layer in the heart of the dish, duck confit with slices of truffles. He then adds a little tomato, fresh spinach, a duck consommé with a drizzle of truffle oil. The chef covers the dish with a thin pastry.
It's important it's sealed totally so that it kind of steams and pushes the puff pastry up as it cooks. A little delicate thing. I wonder if Dickie's got his wine yet. That's what I'm wondering. If he's stuck in a harness, we may have to cut it off. You never know.
He then brushes an egg wash on the pastry and puts it in a hot oven.
All right, let's see what we got here. Ooh, nice golden brown. Go on to our platter. Ooh, that's nice and hot. And a little bit of truffle oil on top. This is what really gives it the fragrance. And as it goes to the table, they just smell, the aroma goes through the whole dining room. A little bit of coarse salt just on top, both for taste but also for a little decoration. And here we go. A little duck pot au feu.
Chef Charlie, I found it.
You got it.
Yes.
Spectacular.
Out of 9,000 bottles, my brother found it.
Yeah, but an angel helped me a little bit.
The angel.
She helped me.
Come on over, let's open it up.
Yeah.
When the Smothers Brothers aren't performing, they're making wine at their own vineyard in Sonoma, California.
Chef Charlie, this is a 15-acre vineyard of Cabernet. It's unfiltered, unfined, and it's not blended. So it's just right from that, what they call a single vineyard. And why it's called Remick Ridge, my grandfather lived up on, we call it after my dad, my grandfather, and then he died up there. And and we cremate him, and then we put his ashes in the drip system, so there's a little bit of wisdom of the Remican.
No, I had the slogan, I said, a little bit of grandpa in every sip.
That's right.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
But you planted some of the grapes yourself, right?
Oh, my sister and I planted the rootstock and the... And,
Look at the color.
Isn't
So
that
did
good?
your brother.
It's a nice dark color.
Well, we'll let it, you know what? We'll aerate it just a little bit,
Okay.
because we don't have a lot of time.
We got some
Let's
good,
get to the food part.
some food to go with us.
Well, lunch from Charlie Palmer. The pot of foo, lamb chops, and quail in a Cabernet reduction sauce.
What I tried to do is, come up with a couple of dishes with Joey that were really gonna work well with the Cabernet. And I think this is gonna work great. This is a really kind of intense
Oh,
dish.
that's great looking, intense.
Fragrant, smell that.
Oh, yes.
Get the reduction in there.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Man, this is absolutely great.
All right. Try not to be too sloppy here. I'm gonna put a little garnish on there just for fun.
There's one thing Americans don't know is they use cheap wine in their foods, and the French say, you got to use the best.
What's in the sauce?
Yeah.
Should be in the glass. as they
Thank
say.
you, Chef Charlie.
There you go.
What's in it?
It goes perfectly with it. Of course, they were flying not long ago, just like flew on.
The flavors are so well balanced. Lamb is my favorite red meat, absolutely.
Put this little sucker right up here.
Yes, so go ahead.
Here's a song for you. Oh, Charlie Palmer, Charlie Palmer, Charlie Palmer, Oreo, tastes good.
Cheers. Thank you, Charlie.
En route to a corner table lunch at the Venetian Hotel cooked by star chef Wolfgang Puck.
You know, I wonder what Wolfgang Puck is going to fix for us.
I don't know.
I wonder.
Well, what is your heart's desire?
Soup.
Dickie and Tommy Smothers are some of our favorite customers, and I'm gonna show you now how to make their favorite dishes, what they like here at Postrio. The first dish gonna be a lobster with spicy fettuccine, garlic, and oregano. And the next dish gonna be our Chinese-style duck.
To prepare the lobster dish, Wolfgang begins by sautéing the lobster pieces in olive oil,
A few oregano
garlic,
leaves.
shallot, fresh thyme, oregano
perfect.
leaves.
Now, they don't know I put in a little butter too. They think it's all diet food. That's why it tastes so good. Ah, smells good already. Perfect. You want to smell that in the camera here? Look at that. Perfect.
After the lobster shell begins to redden, white wine is
Now,
added.
Tommy and Dick were in the wine business, so they probably would add a bottle to it. But I just add a cup and the rest I drink.
While some tomato
the
sauce is
tomato
added to the
sauce,
lobster, the pasta for the
water,
dish is cooked,
and
drained,
we're gonna
and
cut
added
out
to the
our
pan.
lobster.
Wolfgang tosses the dish to incorporate all the flavors and begins to
Very
plate.
simple.
The dish is finished by
Okay.
adding a chiffonade of basil.
Yeah, and voila. Big cup for the first dish here is our lobster.
Wow, this looks wonderful.
Oh,
So,
this is
bon
It's a beautiful
appetit.
plate.
Absolutely.
I'm so glad we're here.
What did you
I was just, it came to my mind, I remember I've always loved food.
Yeah,
When
it's obvious,
when
right?
I was a little kid, we'd be at our grandma and grandpa's house, and I'd be waiting for dinner, just sometimes, like 4 years old, they'd say, Dickie's ready, Dickie's ready. And then later on, I didn't know I was loving food, but when Mom would cook spinach, I would beg her for the juice, the spinach juice in the pan.
Gee whiz.
And I still eat everything.
That is the fine difference between Dick and I started with food. True.
Really?
Absolutely. Dick loved his food, and he always has. And I was the one that picked at my plate, that I would sit there for hours, have to finish something. But Dick was always a food guy, all the way through our life.
Oh,
The Smothers Brothers gimmick has always been based on their differences. Today, those differences are apparent in their lifestyle choices.
Yourself in the morning. What did you have this morning for breakfast?
I had a Boca burger, homegrown tomatoes, homegrown basil, on 7-grain bread called Ezekiel bread. It's no flour in it. Then I had organic yogurt and some mixed fruit put together. And I mixed a spread with jalapeno mustard mixed with the yogurt.
You ask a simple question.
And also silk milk. I like
This
the
is breakfast.
soy milk.
This is
Right.
breakfast.
Now let me just bounce it over to Tom. What did you have for breakfast this morning?
I had some
Cigarette
bacon.
and a cup of coffee.
I had bacon. I had bacon, scrambled eggs from room service, and had a little bit of oatmeal and orange juice.
So nothing nearly as elaborate as that.
My brother's always been. He has introduced me to all the good things in life. He introduced me to food that I'd never had before. He introduced me to sushi. He introduced me to Italian food. He introduced me to all these things. He introduced me to wine, which I never knew about.
I introduced him to exercise, but he said, "Thank you very much."
Yeah, but you were great. You were
But Tommy brought. I said, "What did Tommy bring to me?" He brought excellence and commitment and integrity, and he also was a driving force in the act. Had Tommy not had that drive, I would have been very traditional.
But 42 years in the business together has seen its share of conflict.
We have had legendary arguments. We will clear a room. They can't
For
bear it.
real?
For real.
Yeah.
We've had fist fights in the snow in Aspen when we first started. We've had arguments. We've fired each other 1,000 times.
You're a part of American culture, the longest running comedy team in the history of the business. 42 years together.
Yeah.
The secret of that longevity has got to lie someplace because you're creative partners, you're business partners, and you're brothers. Why have you stayed together?
There's, I don't know how many reasons. I think brothers have a tendency to be involved. Why we stay together? I wonder sometimes. Someone asked Dick, "How you guys stay together without all these years?" And Dick purely ad-lib. He's very funny ad-lib. He says, "Oh, it's like an old marriage. He said, a lot of fighting, no sex."